Hello Gemini, welcome to my channel. This is going to be your February 2023 reading for Sun, Moon and Rising. We'll start off with the sound bowl just to cleanse the energy and tune in. Excuse me. Alright, so a nice breath in and exhale. Alright Gemini, let us see what February has in store for you. Right, we'll be doing 3 piles. We'll do your current energy starting the month. The second pile will be anything that's unseen, any challenges, surprises or obstacles. And then the final row will be the outcome for the month. Please be mindful that energies are non-gender specific. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And if this video does resonate with you, please give me a thumbs up. Or you can subscribe, it's totally free. Comment, share, whichever you feel. But first of all, we're going to get a general theme for the month, a calling card for the month of February for you. Okay, what do we have here? Delight. There you go. Okay, so feeling like your wings are expanding this month. You've got a lot of freedom, a lot of flight in everything that you delight. Okay, we're going to get 3 cards for each section. I am going to clarify them by cutting the deck, so just bear with me. Okay, Gemini, February 2023 for their highest good, please. You may hear some sound in the background. There's a gardener doing some cutting. Can't be helped. I hope the sound doesn't affect you too much. Right. Ace of Swords, 10 of Wands, and 8 of Pentacles in your current energy. Obstacles or surprises, Knight of Pentacles. Ooh, the Chariot. And then the 7 of Swords. Okay. And then the outcome is the 9 of Wands, the 3 of Cups, and the 8 of Wands. Okay. So straight away what I'm seeing is you're arriving at a bit of an aha moment as you start off the month of February, and it's to do with the work that you're doing. Okay, you're having a new insight into the kind of work that you're doing. Things have been a bit hard wearing, but I see you kind of knuckling down and mastering your craft, potentially in a different way. Don't worry, we will clarify in a moment. Your obstacle for the month is when you feel like things are actually slow and steady. That's the kind of pace that you've sort of been driving at, particularly probably because you've been working so hard. Suddenly things got taken much forward motion. And I feel like you perhaps are stepping away from the norm. With the Knight of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the 7 of Swords. Now it could be revealed to you as well that there's been some sort of kind of area of hidden agenda with regards to perhaps your working endeavor or in your personal life. We will clarify, but where there is a bit of a slow and steady pace, all of a sudden you catapulting forward, perhaps to avoid a kind of treacherous energy in your life. Perhaps if someone is kind of maybe particularly manipulating you. This could be a boss figure, a work colleague, but it could also be in your personal life. We will clarify. But I see you sort of charging away from that, which is really nice. As an outcome, it's looking a lot more positive. Even though you might be quite tired by the end of the month with the 9 of Wands, you've got this renewed, rejuvenated energy and spirit with the 3 of Cups, okay? You've got celebration coming up, and then you've got fast pace forward, victory once again, okay? So you're not actually seeing this right away in your life. Your epiphany that you have with that Ace of Swords at the beginning of the month basically sets things in motion. And while the duration of the month is kind of a bit kind of stop, start, all of a sudden you're rearing to go, and then something sort of stops you in your tracks, it is going to be quite exhausting, but you end on a really high note, okay? So let us clarify all of this and see how it plays out in your life. Okay. But you definitely are feeling the strain with regards to, I would say, work and mastering something, working on something. Okay, perhaps working very, very late nights as well, and it feels like even if you're working on a particular project and you've got the goal in sight, it does feel to me that you're having to push just an extra little bit further and perhaps rework something in a slightly different way with that Ace of Swords. So let's see. The Strength card wanted to jump up there, so that doesn't surprise me because it's not heavy energy, it's just kind of like carrying on, carrying on, carrying on. That's of energy, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. Under the Ace of Swords, we've got the Page of Wands, Page of Cups, and Page of Pentacles. We've got 3 pages. Oh my goodness. I mean, some of you could be even dealing with 3 children or children. But we've got loads of messages coming through for you, which is really, really, really exciting. And that puts a whole new light on your working situation. I will go into a bit deeper. Let's just look at the 10 of Wands. We've got the 3 of Swords, Ace of Cups, and the 9 of Pentacles. All right. And then the 8 of Pentacles, we've got the 8 of Wands again, the 4 of Pentacles, and the Devil card. Okay. So initially you're seeing the way that you work on something. Okay, now this could also be, because I'm picking up quite a lot of kind of sort of love energy, romantic energy, your emotional body energy over here. It could be that you're seeing something from a whole new light. So even though I'm picking up more of the strong kind of working vibe where you're working, there does seem to be a lot here to do with finding your own independence and breaking away from something that's kind of a bit toxic. Okay, we've got under the Ace of Swords here, we've got the Page of Wands, the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Cups. Okay, so you are seeing something from a whole new light. This is a grand epiphany. It's like you're getting messages, it feels like messages from all over the show to do with your work, to do with your money, to do with your emotional body. And all of these are really prosperous. All of these are kind of really uplifting energies. So that is a thing that kind of helps you to kind of carry on. With the Page of Wands, it's usually kind of good news to do with work, something that gets you kind of excited. Page of Cups can sometimes be a message of love, something that can also raise your emotional body to the sense of feeling more abundant. Okay, and it's like taking something, what I'm really picking up on here is taking something that you've been slogging over for a very, very long time and bringing something new to it, a new flavor, a new mask, a new version, a new approach to it. So even though it's affecting you massively in sort of your working endeavors, I do feel that it's also having a kind of a drip, a kind of a domino effect in your heart space as well. Okay, now you have been at a bit of a end, you're sort of kind of like at the end of a cycle as it relates to matters of the heart and where you kind of see your own sense of independence, connection with other people, relationships with other people. We've got the 10 of Wands here, and he's carrying a heavy load, right? But it is a 10, so it's talking about a completion, okay? And while it has been a bit of heavy lifting with that 3 of Swords, which can be quite a kind of sad, kind of heartfelt energy, we do have that Ace of Cups waiting there for you, brand new beginning, but that brand new beginning in terms of your sense of independence, in terms of, as we said with the Delight card, spreading your wings and flying. Okay, now it is a flighty energy with that Delight card. Everything is yay, happy, freedom, not feeling so trapped or burdened. And I mean, Gemini, that's your kind of energy. You like to be sort of moving around and taking the energy of the air, which represents an intellect, it represents the mental body. I see that you're creating completion. You're coming to the end of something that has been quite heartbreaking for you in order to bring something new into your life. So for some of you, it may be new love coming on in, but I feel more so that this is new love, a new sort of love within yourself and self-respect, because we've got this 9 of Pentacles, which talks about kind of independence, having foresight for the future, having more than enough funds to kind of make make your goals come to life. Okay, and then I see you working really, really hard on this. So this new beginning, so if for some of you, if you are finishing some sort of relationship and something's coming to an end, and even though it's a bit kind of a struggle, perhaps there's, even if it was some sort of divorce, then it's, you know, dealing with all the kind of the splitting of assets, that sort of stuff. For others of you, if you're reaching the end of a project, you, it's just been wearing you down so much, you're ready to embrace the new and start off on your own, okay? And it could be your own sort of venture, your own sort of side project. And with all the good news that comes on in to support you, you've got loads of support starting the month of February. Now you're sort of knuckling down with working hard. But I'm just a little bit worried about this devil energy because it talks about being a bit of a workaholic. Okay, when we have the Eight of Pentacles, he works really late into the night, okay? He is burning the midnight oil. And over here, even though we've got lots of action, furious action, fast and furious, that kind of backwards and forwards, with the Eight of Wands here, it's very, very victorious and very, very promising, but it is a lot of energy, okay? And you're kind of keeping your energy quite close to yourself. You're not letting on much. So if this is a new venture that you're stepping into, or this is a new sort of independence, basically it's independence, but in a new light, and whichever way that resonates with you. I see you kind of not giving too much away, but I feel like perhaps the work that you're putting into it, whether you're putting work into yourself, into your own kind of self-respect, or into a project, a working project that you're doing, while it is extremely prosperous for you, this devil energy is reminding me that you need to allow yourself some time to rest properly, because this is a kind of a go, 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 go energy, okay? For some of you, you might be working really, really hard on if there's communications that are coming in from, say, for example, if you've split up with a partner, and it doesn't have to be a romantic partner, it could be a business partner, a family member, a friend. There could still be a lot of communication, but you're keeping your cards close to your chest, okay? Because it's a bit of a sort of a toxic energy. For others of you, this kind of working hard, if you're working on a project, it has the ability to kind of keep you up at night and working really way late into the night, which can sometimes trip you up later down the line, okay? So that's the sort of energy starting the month off. When we move on to this surprise or the obstacle or something that you don't see in the month of February, let us clarify, okay? That was a Lover's card that wanted to jump out. So maybe for some of you, you are needing to make a decision, a choice. Okay. Under the Knight of Pentacles, we have the Strength card, which wanted to jump out first of all. And we do know it's kind of, that's why I say it's kind of hard going. The Strength card talks about stamina, determination, boldly going where no one else has gone before, okay? We've got the King of Pentacles and we've got the Three of Pentacles. So I see initially with that Knight of Pentacles, this is your action forward. Slow and steady wins the race is the Knight of Pentacles. But I feel like it's slogging away, it's taking more determination, more stamina. I'm just feeling stamina just to kind of keep going, keep going, keep going, in order to create a sense of long-term security within yourself. Okay, to sort of stand in the power of the King of Pentacles, who really has a good handle on a very practical, methodical way of creating his sense of security in his across the board, okay, in a very sort of physical way, making sure that the bills are paid, the home is in good order, the work that you do is ticking on over. It's kind of all of those sorts of things. But it's requiring quite a bit of stamina to keep this up and slow movement, particularly if there's something that you're having to work with on other people, with the Three of Pentacles. It's just a little bit kind of like, ugh. And perhaps for some of you, if this is a type of CEO figure, type of boss figure that you're having to deal with, it's almost like they're coming back to you and saying, okay, do you mind reworking this? Let's rework this. Even if it's some sort of partnership that you're sort of closing up with, it's that thing of just when you think you get going, it's like they're standing in your way again and kind of changing the rules of the game, so to speak, okay? And then you're having to go back on it again. So this is a thing that's kind of, okay, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. But then we move on to the Chariot. So where that was a kind of energy, now we have a shift, okay? The Chariot talks about fast pace, kind of going, you know what, I'm gonna do it my way or the highway. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm no longer going to kind of put up with these sudden last minute changes to what was originally agreed upon, and I'm gonna move forward the way I want to do it, as in you. The Chariot, we have the Hermit. Okay, we've got the Seven of Swords again and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so you're driving forward. It feels like you decide, okay, no, I'm going to take the bull by the horns. I'm going to go my direction. Forget what anyone else is saying around me. I'm going to go my direction. Find a strategic method of doing that gets me quite excited. But in so doing, the reason why you're doing this is because you gain quite a lot of wisdom with that Hermit card, okay? You've kind of gone within, you kind of gone, well, okay, this person wants me to do, this person has certain expectations from me, and they're expecting me to do this, and they keep sort of tripping me up along the way. I do feel that you are reaching a point, which you might not be aware of now, you're reaching a point where you're like, no, enough's enough. You know what, I don't care what you're going to say, I don't care what you're going to do, I'm just going to do it my way. And the reason you have is because you've done that introspection, you've done that inner soul searching of kind of like, why am I constantly being tripped up and kind of suppressed and kind of kept held down? It's like it doesn't matter what you do, there's always going to be a change to what you're kind of working on, and so therefore you're like, you know what, I don't care what anyone else says, I know that I'm going to do it anyway, I'm going to do it my way anyway. And that's the thing that kind of gets you really kind of excited, because you're like, you know, I believe in myself, you might not, you may have lost faith in me, or you may, it's like kind of recognizing more inner strength than you thought you had, because a Chariot takes the good and the bad, takes the good, the bad, the ugly, and just charges forward anyway. It kind of goes, okay, I know where my weaknesses lie. Perhaps I work too late in the night. I know that perhaps I may change my approach with that Ace of Swords, and I have the ability to do that. Why not? I am working with the natural flow of things, and that's the thing that gets me excited. So it doesn't matter what you say, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, but then we've got the Seven of Swords here coming up again. So this feels like, I want to say the Seven of Swords clarifying the Chariot does feel like for you a very strategic kind of set to kind of go, you know what, I'm just going to go my direction. I don't care what anyone else says. But this other Seven of Swords coming up by itself, this feels to me like someone around you that perhaps has a bit of a hidden agenda. Okay, so let's clarify. Seven of Swords, we have the Four of Cups, the Tower, and the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, so it feels to me like someone is trying to sort of come on in and offer you, it feels to me like just when you're recognizing, because you've had that Hermit energy of really figuring out for yourself, what is the thing that's holding me back? Am I allowing people to kind of keep me held back? Okay, am I allowing this? Am I giving my power over? And then it feels to me like when you start off on your own journey and things are starting to get quite exciting for you, it feels like someone is trying to come back on in and offer a different, offer something different for you. So for example, it feels to me like someone is coming on in, offering you a helping hand, and this is very different energy from the beginning of the month where you're being showered with support. This is someone kind of going, let me help you, let me sort of travel with you, let me join you in this venture that you're going on, or particularly if you're going about it by yourself. And I feel like it's going to come as a bit of a shock to you. It might shake your world a bit, because you're like, hang on a second, I'm good with me now, I don't need you to help. But I would say this person is where it feels slightly hidden agenda, slightly manipulative, it's only because it's coming from a place of lack. So the other person who is kind of putting all these rules on you, and then you go with it, and eventually you kind of go, you know, I don't need to anymore, I'm doing my own thing now. When they come on in, it's because, not only will it come as a surprise and a shock, but it's because they have lack mentality. They feel now left out in the cold, okay? And there could be something to do with money matters. Money matters where they recognize they don't have enough and they need Gemini to help them out, okay? So just something to be aware of there. I don't really like the energy myself. I do think you're on a good trajectory anyway, so it's just to be mindful that when someone comes out of the woodwork offering to take over, to partner up with you, and it comes as a bit of a shock, rocks your world a little bit, I would be very careful and cautious about their intentions. Now the outcome of the month, we've got the 9 of Wands, 3 of Cups and an 8 of Wands. So even though it's a little bit like, oh my God, in the beginning, as the outcome, we are moving into a really celebratory energy. So let's have a look at what this 9 of Wands talks about. We have the Star, we have the Queen of Cups, and we have the King of Cups. Beautiful energy. So what's happening here is you are really kind of, even though it feels, it's like you're crossing the threshold. It's like you're close to the end. I mean, it's the 9 of Wands, and 9s in numerologies talk about natural endings, okay? But as the hardest, when you feel the most tired, the most like you've been brought down to your knees, Spirit is really saying, just keep going, just keep going. The Star here talks about faith, healing, and wish fulfillment, okay? Maybe possibly even stepping into the limelight, okay? The spotlight. And what I see, what's actually happening at a much deeper level is you are embracing the heart space in a very emotionally intelligent way. You've got the Queen and King of Cups, okay? And that talks, they're like a court couple, but it really, I feel like you are embracing both these energies. You're embracing both your divine masculine and your divine feminine in the emotional body, particularly because in the beginning of the month you had you had some difficulty with regards to the heart. So for some of you as well, even if you find yourself feeling susceptible to colds because you've been overworking it, you've had a lot of stress, the Star card promises rejuvenated energy and a shift in your emotion. I see a butterfly outside. That's nice. A symbol of transformation. You are sort of finding your own balance in the emotional body as an outcome for February, which I really, really love. But you didn't get there without some heartache. You didn't get there without some hard work and endurance, okay? So Spirit is really saying, keep going, keep going. You're just at the closing of this in order to embrace healing from that energy and sort of coming into emotional balance within yourself. Then we have the 3 of Cups, okay? So let's clarify that one. I'm taking jumpers. Okay, we have the 10 of Pentacles, nice, the Queen of Wands, and the 7 of Wands. So by the outcome of the month, there is celebration and reason to celebrate. I'll tell you why. Not only do you have you now found a sense of security. We've got the 10 of Pentacles here. This could be a windfall of money coming in, prosperity coming in, family inheritance, property. We've got you standing as a Queen of Wands, so it doesn't matter about the genders. We've got this kind of fiery, ballsy energy coming forward, and you are damn well protecting what belongs to you. This is a card of conviction, okay? So now you've got room to celebrate. It does feel to me like this is something that potentially you've been working hard on, but I don't think you see it coming. And it's all of a sudden, yes, now you can celebrate. Now you've got the means to create your long-term sense of security, okay? And you're standing in your power with the Queen of Wands energy, who just boldly goes where no one else goes before, okay? And with that, you're like, no, this is my space. This is my, these are my decisions. These are my choices. I don't care what anyone throws at me. I am moving forward and I'm protecting not only my own emotional balance, because it took me a long time to get there, but my sense of security and long-term, I want to say safety as well, feeling kind of safe in your emotional body, feeling quite safe in your headspace too. And then after that, we've got the Eight of Wands. So loads of victory forward, loads, and then it's all like happening, but it's happening in a different way. So in the beginning of the month, it's like things are going really, really fast. But and you're working hard, but it does feel a bit like a slog. It does feel a bit like, oh, head down, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. But it kind of feels like almost like a resistance energy, where by the end of the month, this does feel like it's more flow, okay, more working with the natural timings and order of things. Okay. Eight of Wands, we have Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Swords again, and the King of Wands. Ha! So now that you have stepped into that Queen of Wands energy of like protecting what's yours and going for what you desire and being and having the means to be able to do it, you're looking at everything that you have worked on in the past, okay, with that Seven of Pentacles. And now you're stepping into the King of Wands energy, that entrepreneurship, okay, that leader. You're becoming a bit of a leader, and you're seeing it in a whole new light. So it almost feels to me like whatever project that you were working on, and it's either like a work project or it could be working on self, okay, doing your own self-development work. It feels slightly different in the beginning. The beginning, you're getting all the support. It's almost like a revisit by the end of the month and kind of going, well, this is the things. It's like the beginning of the month, you get the introduction to how the month is going to play out for you. And by the end of the month, you're seeing it again from a whole new light. And now you've got the means, you've got the motivation, you've got the power, okay, to actually drive forward, become a leader, see it from a new light. So whatever you're kind of looking at the work that you've done, you're assessing it and you're seeing it from a whole new light, and you kind of, it almost feels like if you're taking a project, you're kind of shaping into something new that's going to make you more empowered, okay, more in a higher position, a higher sense of power for you. So it is really nice, Gemini, and I mean, you deserve it because you've been going through quite a lot here. We're going to end this reading with an oracle card before we go into the extended. So, what does Gemini need to know for February for their highest good, please? Got two cards that's jumped out. Boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Okay. And this is where we talk about by the end of the month, you are really kind of protecting what is yours. Where is that card? The picture pretty much says it all. Okay. So that's where you are establishing better boundaries. And it feels to me like not only within other people, kind of within yourself. It feels to me like you're kind of saying, you're kind of looking at the picture. And when I say the picture, your life, the people around you, your relationships, the expectations people have of you. And you're kind of going, how much of this am I allowing to happen, to take place? Okay, am I giving my power over to other people so that they can sort of stamp all over it and do their bidding? This feels to me like you're taking responsibility for that, in the sense of, I need to be sure that I need to empower myself and not give it over so freely. Okay, so that's obviously this boundaries card. And then in so doing, you can also look at the people around you, the situation around you, to see how you can establish boundaries in the physical world as well. The next card we have is the transformation card, and I saw that butterfly, so I knew there was some sort of shift that was taking place. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing, and of course we did have that star card as well. So even though you might not be seeing it straight away, things are happening at a microscopic level. Things are transforming in your life as you find more power within yourself. I feel like you're also going to have moments this month of just being surprised by how you handle a situation. Okay, because it feels to me like there's an element where you're not thinking about it and you just sort of respond, but it doesn't feel like an egoic reaction to things. It's just responding without over analyzing it, and then you start to you surprise yourself and you're in, oh wow, that I didn't know I was made of that sort of stuff. It's that sort of feeling. So I really like it, Gemini. Okay, so that's all I have for you. I hope it resonated. I'm going to be moving on to the extended now. In the extended, we're going to look at this energy, this sort of toxic energy that's been holding you back, and we'll get a message from Spirit too. So if this resonates with you, go to the description box below. Click on the extended link, and below that is a PayPal link, and it's £4 or $5 to purchase that one. Have a wonderful month. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.